The most expensive thing on earth. Most people believe the wealthy care most about money. They don't. The truly wealthy care about something far more valuable: time. Because money can be recovered. Lost businesses can be rebuilt. Fortunes can return. But time never comes back. And this creates one of the biggest psychological differences between rich people and everyone else. Average people trade time for money. The wealthy trade money for time. And that changes everything. Because once people understand time as a finite economic asset, their behavior transforms completely. Suddenly, meetings become expensive, distractions become dangerous, inefficiency becomes painful, attention becomes strategic. This is why wealthy people often appear obsessed with leverage, delegation, automation systems, optimization, because they are not trying to maximize effort. They are trying to maximize time. And most people never realize this. Because modern society trains people to spend time carelessly, scrolling, waiting, consuming, reacting, while the wealthy increasingly treat time like a currency more valuable than money itself. Modern society is designed to waste human time. The average person spends years of life commuting, scrolling social media, attending meaningless meetings, consuming entertainment, reacting to notifications, and most never question it. Because modern society normalizes distraction. But distraction is not harmless. It is economic extraction. Because every hour people lose is an hour they cannot use to build, learn, create, invest, compound. This is why the attention economy became so powerful. Platforms compete aggressively for human attention because attention eventually becomes time. And time becomes money. Social media companies understand something terrifying. If they can control attention, they can control how humans spend their lives. And the wealthy understand this deeply. This is why many successful people aggressively protect focused solitude, deep work, uninterrupted thinking, because fragmented attention destroys compounding. And compounding is where wealth is created. The wealthy buy back their time. One of the strangest behaviors wealthy people exhibit is that they spend enormous amounts of money on convenience. Private drivers, assistants, automation, concierge services, personal chefs. Why? Because once people become wealthy enough, time becomes more valuable than money. A billionaire would never spend 2 hours solving a problem someone else could solve in 10 minutes. That is not efficiency. That is economic loss. This is why wealthy individuals constantly ask, what should not require my time? And this creates a completely different lifestyle. Average people optimize for saving money. The wealthy optimize for saving time. Because wealthy people understand a dangerous truth. Money compounds, but only if time is protected long enough for compounding to occur. And most people unknowingly destroy their future wealth through constant distraction. Time creates power. The wealthy also understand something most people never think about. Free time creates strategic advantage. Because people with time can think long-term study systems, identify opportunities, build leverage, understand markets, position themselves early. Meanwhile, exhausted people trapped in survival mode rarely have enough mental space to think strategically. This creates a hidden economic divide. The poor often sacrifice time to survive. The wealthy use time to expand power. And eventually, time itself becomes a form of inequality. Because the more wealth people accumulate, the more control they gain over how they spend their lives. This is why financial freedom is psychologically powerful. Not because of luxury, but because it creates autonomy over time itself. And autonomy may be one of the most valuable forms of wealth in modern civilization. The rich think in decades. Most people think in days. The wealthy often think in decades. This changes decision-making entirely. Average people ask, how much can I earn this month? How fast can I get results? What feels good right now? The wealthy ask, what compounds over 10 years? What scales? What creates leverage? This is why wealthy people often appear patient. Because they understand exponential growth. A business may take years before producing massive returns. An investment may compound for decades. A media platform may operate at a loss before dominating an industry. The wealthy understand something emotionally difficult. Massive outcomes usually require long periods of invisible progress, and most people psychologically cannot tolerate delayed gratification. Because modern culture trains people for immediacy, instant entertainment, instant delivery, instant validation. But wealth often grows slowly before it grows explosively. The hidden psychology of busyness. Modern society glorifies being busy, but wealthy people often avoid unnecessary busyness completely, because busyness creates the illusion of productivity without actual leverage. This is why many wealthy individuals become obsessed with systems delegation, simplification, elimination, not because they are lazy, but because they understand something deeply important. Human energy is finite. Decision-making is finite. Attention is finite. And every unnecessary demand drains cognitive capacity. This is why figures like Warren Buffett famously protect their schedules aggressively. Because strategic thinking requires uninterrupted mental space. The wealthy are not merely protecting time. They are protecting cognition itself. And cognition creates leverage. The future economy may revolve around time. Artificial intelligence may accelerate this even further. Because AI increasingly automates labor analysis, communication, scheduling, productivity, and once automation expands globally, human time may become even more economically valuable. People who control automation systems, algorithms, scalable infrastructure may gain enormous leverage over those still trading hours for income. This creates a dangerous future possibility. A world where economic power increasingly belongs to people who own systems instead of people who sell time. And this may become one of the defining economic divides of the modern era. Not rich versus poor, but leverage versus labor. The final exchange. The wealthy understand something most people discover too late. Life is an exchange, and every decision costs time, every distraction, every unnecessary obligation, every wasted year. Eventually, people realize they were not spending money. They were spending life itself. This is why the wealthy become obsessed with leverage, freedom, ownership, scalability, autonomy, because they are trying to escape the oldest economic trap in human history, trading life for survival. And perhaps this is the real reason wealth changes people psychologically. Because once people stop viewing time emotionally and start viewing it economically, their perception of reality changes completely. The frightening truth is, most people spend their entire lives protecting money, while carelessly wasting the one asset money can never replace: time. Subscribe to Wealth OS for more documentaries on wealth, power, AI, and the hidden psychology behind modern society.